Hello, Eagle Nation. I'm Katie Tolbert.
And I'm Shaquem Holloway.
And this is Sports Talk. So big victory for the Eagle football team this past weekend. They beat conference opponent the Citadel 28-21 here at Paulson Stadium. I saw an Eagle team that struggled but fought through the tough Citadel and pulled out a win, which they really needed after the hard loss to Samford University. A lot of the players on offense and defense were integral parts throughout the whole game, which is nice to see. For example, on offense, sophomore slot Devin Scott earned a touchdown, senior slot Jonathan Bryant earned a touchdown, and sophomore wide receiver B.J. Johnson caught a 45-yard pass, which is his career best for him. I just enjoy games like this where you get to see different players, other than the usual handful, make big moves for the Eagles.
Definitely, Katie. And it wasn't just those individuals in particular that contributed to the win. The defense as a whole really stepped up in this game, especially after allowing over 400 yards of offense to Samford. The Eagles' defense stepped up against the Citadel, a team that beat them in the conference opener last year, and held the Bulldogs to 100 yards less than their usual rushing average. On the offensive side of the ball, GSU did what it does best, run the ball. The Eagles gained over 350 yards and also passed for 138 yards as senior quarterback Jerry McKinnon and freshman quarterback Kevin Ellison earned SoCon Offensive Player of the Week and SoCon Freshman of the Week honors respectively.
Bottom line, this game was a really good one to watch, and I pulled together some of the best moments during this game. Of course, how can an Eagle highlight reel start without the impressive entrance this football team has? This one was cool because not only did it have Gus and the cheerleaders, but the ROTC members and a group of Boy Scouts were there, which we'll get into later. First quarter, McKinnon rushes 1 yard for the Eagles' first touchdown. Second quarter, McKinnon was back at it, rushing 7 yards for his second touchdown of the game and taking the lead to 13-7 as well. Switching over to defense, Rashad Williams blocked the heck out of Dupree's short pass to Vinnie Miller. Here we are with B.J. Johnson, who I mentioned earlier, catching a 14-yard pass on the 5-yard line.
Wow.
Great.
Nice.
And of course, Gus showing approval. Safety Tay Hicklin absolutely shuts down the Citadel player and throws him to the field. Going for the extra 2 in the fourth quarter, McKinnon passes to Scott, and that took the Eagles to the 28-21 lead they won with. And finally, we see Bryant, who I also mentioned earlier, rushing 3 yards straight into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown.
I think it's safe to say the Eagles had contributors all over the field. Personally, since I'm a fan of passing as well as running, I love the pass for the 2-point conversion by McKinnon. I hope to see more plays from him passing.
While we are still going over plays, I chose a play that really stood out to me from this game. And the play of the week is the final touchdown of the game. And Ellison rushes for 4 yards to score. And then, of course, he's got to give the camera a little love. And we're going to take that back and watch it all over again in slow-mo.
That last drive was crucial for GSU. Within that drive, McKinnon accounted for 58 of his 198 total yards and helped seal the deal for the Eagles.
Not only was this a victory for the Eagle football team, but it was also a victory for all the people who attended the game who are involved in the military. GSU chose this game as the military appreciation game, and let me tell you, they went all out for this. We are here outside of Paulson Stadium with Sergeant Baker with the National Guard for Military Appreciation Day. So what does it mean to you and your fellow members to be here to celebrate what you guys do for our country?
It's a way of life for me. I've been almost 20 years now, and I'm ready to show my appreciation back to the community that supported us.
Well, there is tons of stuff out here around the stadium. What other things do you have planned for today that isn't already up here?
Just go watch the game and support the Eagles.
How do you think the Eagles are going to fare against the Citadel today?
We whipped them in the past, so why not again?
They struggled against Samford, but today they have a lot leading up on here. Everyone's here watching them. You guys are here to support them. What do you think is going to encourage them to get over their loss last week and beat the Citadel?
It's the military appreciation, so they're supporting their community. They're going to support us.
So are all the ROTC members at Georgia Southern going to be here, or are there certain groups of people that are going to be out here?
All the ROTC members should be here today.
And I see that the National Guard and Army is here. Do all of you guys kind of group together for this?
Yes, ma'am, we sure do.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We're here with Cliff Altman, a leader out of Richmond Hill for the Boy Scouts, and you're here today to camp out on the field after the game. So what kind of things do you have planned for the boys?
From what I understand, there's going to be about 200 scouts. We're going to have a big pizza party. They're going to have a movie for them to watch and just camp out all night and have fun.
What does it mean to you and the boys to get to be here on Military Appreciation Day at the Georgia Southern Stadium?
Oh, it's great because, we all, we teach these boys about appreciating the military. A lot of these kids, their dads are military, so some deployed, some here. So.
That's great. So what is the one lesson that you want the boys to learn from being here at this game and getting the opportunity to stay on the field?
Good sportsmanship and getting along with others.
Thank you very much.
Coach Munkin was dressed down in military patches, which is really cool. And it's always nice when you can appreciate the people that help protect you and put their lives on the line for strangers. I'm sure I can speak for everybody here at Sports Talk when I say I want to send off a salute to the entire military and military veterans.
It's always great to take a step back and thank those people who defend us every day. And with that, we'll be right back after a commercial break provided by a student organization.
Run on down to Statesboro.
And keep on running in the Run the Borough 5K.
Join us at the starting line in front of City Hall, December the 6th at 5:30.
We'll be racing to the finish line to get back and enjoy all the festivities of the holiday celebration.
Get pictures with Santa, enjoy caroling, holiday crafts, and warm up with some Chili Town.
So join us here first Friday, December 6th for the Run the Borough 5K and the Downtown Holiday Celebration.
For more info, go to visit statesboroga.com.
I'll race you up there. Sure.
Woohoo! This coming weekend, the GSU football team does not have a game, so we are going to have to go straight into another sport, and that is men's soccer. This team has really been struggling these past few weeks, losing 4 games in a row, 3 of which were home, and their most recent game was a loss on the road.
Yeah, the Eagles have been struggling to get over the hump these last 4 games. A silver lining for them could be that they aren't getting blown out and they are actually competing in each game. Of their 4 losses, only 1 was lost by more than 1 goal, and that was to Wofford, which they lost 3-0. Their defense is playing well through this 4-game stretch, or at least well enough. It's the offense of the Eagles that's having problems. In 4 games, they've managed only 2 goals, and that can't happen if you want to win the SoCon title.
We were able to capture some stuff from their last home game against Georgia State University before they hit the road. This was a tough loss for the Eagles because they led the game 1-0 for the first time, and it really looked like the Eagle victory was in this team's
All ball, see the ball, all ball.
Get it back, wait! Storm past the field.
Be there, come on.
He had high hopes for the Elon game, but we know how that goes.
Against Elon was a mistake, simply because coming into the game, Elon was ranked 25th nationally. At the 30-minute mark, Matt Wesco, off an assist from Jason Waterman, would record the only goal of the game for Elon. The Eagles weren't able to get an equalizer despite having 5 shot opportunities. However, I think losing 1-0 was actually a bright spot, being that Elon is ranked nationally and sit at the top of the SoCon. Though I'm sure Coach Kennedy and his team do not believe in moral victories.
Hopefully, we will see this team pick things up for the 2 home games they have coming up. We'll be right back after another commercial break. To wrap things up, I want to talk about a sport that you wouldn't think we would be mentioning this time of year, and that's the GSU softball team. This team went 7-1 this fall, but I want to single in on what these girls accomplished this past weekend. The girls traveled to UGA for a doubleheader, and they won their first game 6-4. Not only is this proof that this team is ready to move up to the Sun Belt, but it also proves that they have gotten better this year. Of course, both UGA and GSU have lost and gained players, but it should be noted that last year GSU lost to the Bulldogs 3-6.
I'm not surprised at all. These ladies are back-to-back SoCon champions, and under the leadership of Annie Smith, they should have no problem getting another. You can't forget, of course, pitching ace Sarah Purvis, who threw 2 no-hitters last year, and I hear she believes she's going to get 3 this year.
I covered softball as a reporter last spring, and every single game she impressed me more and more. I cannot wait to see this team come springtime. That's all the sports talk we have for you this week. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next week.